Hello and welcome back to my American English podcast channel. In this episode, we have a new topic and we are going to talk about the dream that lives in the heart of almost every English learner: living abroad. Today I'm going to give you the longest, most honest, most detailed storytime episode I've ever made. I will share my own 5-year journey, plus the complete stories of 8 different people from 8 different countries, with all the tears, laughter, mistakes, wins, and life lessons. So find a comfortable place, put on headphones, maybe make some tea or coffee, because this episode is going to be around 45 to 50 minutes long if you speak at normal to fast speed. Let's dive in. Part 1, My Story, the day I left everything behind. My name is Alex. I'm 29 now, but let's go back to 2019. I was 24, living with my parents in a small city where everybody knows everybody. My English was B1, good enough to watch Friends with subtitles, but not good enough to order pizza on the phone without panic. One night in October, I was scrolling Instagram and saw a photo of Toronto in autumn: red leaves, huge lake, tall buildings. Something inside me said, that's where you belong. 2 weeks later, I had a one-way ticket, a student visa for a 6-month English course that I never actually attended, and $4,200 in my bank account. My mom cried for 3 days. My dad said, if you don't like it, just come home. On November 11, 2019, I kissed them goodbye at the airport and got on the plane with one big suitcase, one backpack, and zero idea what I was doing. The first 24 hours were pure chaos. I landed in Toronto at night, temperature minus 18 degrees Celsius. I was wearing a thin jacket from my country. The immigration officer asked me 10 questions super fast. I understood maybe 4 words and just kept saying yes, sir, while smiling like a crazy person. He finally laughed and let me in. I took a taxi to a hostel I booked online. The driver was from Pakistan and spoke English with a beautiful accent. I tried to have a conversation and failed completely. When I arrived at the hostel, 12 people were in my dorm room: Brazil, Korea, Mexico, Germany, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, and me. That night I lay in bed listening to 10 different languages and thought, Alex, you are officially insane. Part 2, The First 3 Months, Culture Shock Diary. Week 1, got lost on the subway for 2 hours. Ended up in a completely different city called Mississauga. Week 2, first snow. I slipped on ice 5 times in one day and cried in the street like a child. Week 3, tried to buy milk in a supermarket. There were 25 different types. I stood there for 15 minutes and finally bought chocolate milk by mistake. Week 4, first job interview at Tim Hortons. The manager asked, can you work weekends? I heard week dance and answered, I'm a terrible dancer, sorry. He still hired me. Month 2, first Christmas away from family. I worked 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. on Christmas Day. I called my mom and cried in the staff bathroom. Month 3, made my first real friend, Mike from Jamaica. He taught me slang and laughed at all my mistakes. That's when things started to feel like home. Part 3, 8 real stories of people who made it, and how. Daniela, Brazil, Ireland, 2017 now. Left Rio with €600. Worked as a cleaner 60 hours a week. Lived in a house with 14 Brazilians and spoke only Portuguese for 4 months. One day she decided English or go home. She moved into an Irish family's house as an au pair, deleted Portuguese from her phone, and only watched Irish TV for 1 year. Today she's a marketing manager in Dublin and has a gorgeous Irish accent. Ahmed, Egypt, Australia, 2020 now. Arrived right before COVID. All language schools closed. He delivered food for Uber Eats 70 hours a week on a bicycle in the rain. Recorded every customer conversation on his phone, listened at night, repeated everything. After 2 years he won a scholarship for university. Now he's doing a master's in Sydney and his English is better than many Australians. Jihoon, South Korea, New Zealand, 2018 now. Super shy. First 6 months only hung out with Koreans. English Day Day 2. Joined a rugby team even though he had never played sports. Had to speak English to survive training. After 1 year, he was captain of the team and sounded like a Kiwi. Now married to a New Zealand girl and has a baby who says bro at 18 months old. Sofia, Russia USA, 2016 now. Moved to Los Angeles to become an actress. First job, dog walker. Practiced English by talking to dogs all day, true story. Took free acting classes where you could only speak English. Today she's had small roles in Netflix shows and teaches Russian to Hollywood actors. Mateo, Columbia, Canada, 2021 now. Arrived in Vancouver speaking almost zero English. Got a job in construction. All co-workers spoke Punjabi and English. Learned both languages at the same time. After 18 months he opened his own small construction company and now employs 10 people. Aisha, Pakistan, UK, 2019 now. Wore hijab and was scared of racism. First month many people were rude on the bus. She started smiling and saying good morning to everyone. After 3 months the same people started protecting her on the bus. Today she's a nurse in London and everybody loves her. Hiroshi, Japan, Scotland, 2015 now. Moved to Edinburgh at 38 years old. Everyone told him too old to learn perfect English. He joined a Scottish folk music band and learned to play bagpipes. Now has the strongest Scottish accent you've ever heard from a Japanese guy. Runs a whiskey tour company. Camila, Mexico, Germany, wait. Germany speaks German. Yes. She wanted to learn English and German. Lived in Berlin where everybody speaks English anyway. Worked in an international hostel, made friends from 50 countries, and became fluent in English in 9 months while learning German at the same time. Now trilingual and travels full-time. Part 4, the dark side nobody talks about. Homesickness can hit you like a truck even after 2 years. Some winters you will cry because it's dark at 4 p.m. You will gain 10 kilograms from stress eating, been there. Dating is complicated when your English is B1. Sometimes you feel you don't completely belong anywhere, not home anymore, not 100% in the new country either. Money disappears faster than you think, rent is crazy expensive. Part 5, the magic side that makes everything worth it. You become a new version of yourself, braver, funnier, stronger. You have friends on 5 continents. You can watch movies without subtitles and cry at the right moments. Traveling becomes normal, weekend in New York. Sure. Your family becomes proud of you in a way you never imagined. You realize the world is not scary, people are kind everywhere. Part 6, month-by-month English progress, realistic timeline. Month 1 to 3, survival English, ordering food, asking directions. Month 4 to 8, basic conversations, making friends, understanding 60% of movies. Month 9 to 14, telling stories, joking, dreaming in English sometimes. Month 15 to 24, sound almost native, argue with taxi drivers, give presentations at work. Year 3 plus, people ask wait, where are you really from, because they can't guess. Part 7, my 20 golden rules for living abroad successfully. Save minimum $8,000 to $10,000 before you leave. Have a plan B, and plan C. Learn to cook your country's food, you'll miss it. Take photos of everything the first year. Say yes to every invitation. Work any legal job, pride doesn't pay rent. Live with locals, not only your nationality. Join a club or sports team week 1. Call your mom/dad every Sunday. Keep a grateful list when you feel down. Learn 10 new words every day for the first 6 months. Make one local best friend, everything becomes easier. Travel inside the country, not only tourist cities. Don't compare everything to home. Accept that you will change, and that's okay. Send postcards to your old teachers, they will cry happy tears. Save money to visit home after 1 year. When you want to give up, remember why you started. One day you will help the next scared newcomer, and it will feel amazing. Enjoy every single day, this is the adventure of your life. Final message. If you are watching this right now and dreaming of living abroad, please listen. I was exactly like you, scared, not good enough at English, no money, no courage. But I did it anyway. And every single person in this episode did it too. You don't need to be special. You just need to start. So tell me in the comments. What country do you dream of living in? When do you plan to make the move? And what is the number one thing that scares you? I will read and answer as many comments as I can. If this crazy long episode gave you motivation, please destroy that like button, share it with every friend who dreams of the same thing, subscribe. And turn on the bell, because next episode will be the cheapest and easiest countries to move to in 2026 to 2027. Thank you for spending almost an hour of your life with me today. You are braver than you think. Your future self is already drinking coffee in a foreign city, speaking perfect English, and smiling at this comment. See you in the next one, and start packing, even if it's just in your imagination for now.